What's up, tubers? It's your boy Ichi, and I've got a great unboxing for you. I've got the Olympus Zuko ED 12 to 40 millimeter f2.8 Pro Edition lens, and this is for the Micro Four Thirds mount. And you may be wondering why I have a Micro Four Thirds lens, and I've got a little explaining to do. So without further ado, let's jump right into this unboxing. So I picked this lens up because I've got a new camera coming in the mail. I've sold off a lot of stuff, and I have decided to go with the new Panasonic GH4 for a couple of reasons. One is form factor. I do like the smaller form factor, and I know some of you guys in my PlayStation controller versus Xbox controller video kept talking about hand size. I have pretty good size hands. I don't have small hands. I don't have huge hands, but I can pretty much grip a basketball, just to give you an example. So I've got a pretty decent size, I guess you say an average hand. And one of the appealing things of the Micro Four Thirds system is size and weight, and if you're going to be doing a lot of shoots, that becomes important, especially as you start to haul gear around. Another big deal is capability versus cost. I'm starting to do more production on the side, and I really was looking at adding a 4K camera to my arsenal, and for under $2,000 the GH4 seemed like a good option. Now, I know you guys are wondering where the GH4 is. Well, I've already ordered it and paid for it, but unfortunately it is back ordered, and I won't be getting it till probably sometime around the first week of June. At this point, it's back ordered as it stands pretty much everywhere through the end of May, which is a bummer since I pre-ordered it about 2 weeks ago, give or take. Or ordered it, excuse me. So I went lens looking, and I was gonna go with Panasonic's very own Lumix X 12 to 35 millimeter lens, but there were a couple things that turned me off about it. One of which was flicker that I kept hearing about online. As you zoom in, it flickers a little bit, and the other was I liked the added reach that the Olympus had and the weather sealing that they actually advertise, and the overall build quality and the optical quality that I've been seeing in a lot of the reviews. A lot of people have been raving about this particular lens, and Olympus advertises it for $999. I was able to get this lens for at pretty much $700 plus shipping because I was able to get a factory refurbished one off eBay, and I thought that was a great deal, so I definitely jumped on it. And what you get when you get something that is factory refurbished, let me get that out. When you get it factory refurbished, that means that it's gone to the actual factory. Olympus has had this lens. It had some defect, whatever it might have been. They've taken it apart, they've calibrated, they've assured it's working, and it's pretty much got full warranty, just like you would get from, say, a brand new lens, and at a fraction of the cost. So I saved $300 plus tax, and give or take, and I think that that's a really good deal, especially if this lens ends up looking the way I hope it's gonna look. So it's got this factory recertification seal on the front here. I'm just going to cut through that guy and hopefully not cut myself in the process. Let's see. And then I'm going to open the box, and you guys will see this stuff pretty much as I see it. So we'll start with what comes out of the box first, because this may not be the way that you would see it under normal circumstances. Olympus advertises this lens as their pro lens, and it's a constant f2.8 for the Micro Four Thirds system, and it's the equivalent of a 24 to 80, and the math on Micro Four Thirds is really easy. It's basically got a 2x crop, where Canon has a 1.6 crop, and basically you would say 12 times 2 is 24, 40 times 2 is 8. That'll give you your actual focal range in terms of 35 millimeter or full frame, or excuse me, field of view. So it'll tell you what the field of view would look like if you were comparing it to, say, your 5D Mark III. Now there are a couple other things that you also have to multiply, and that is your f-stop and ISO and a couple other things that you can get into. Tony Northrup is a guy that I watch his videos a lot. He does great videos and he does a great job explaining how the crop factor works across every part of a lens. So don't just think that you're multiplying the actual focal range when you compare micro four thirds or crop to full frame, because you have to account for every aspect of a lens, and I hope that just made sense. But let's get back into what we're talking about. Here's the bag, and this bag is really nice. It's suede, it's got leather on the bottom. It smells like real leather. It says Olympus on it, and on the bottom it has a actual serial number. Very nice, and this is to keep the lens in. My lens will either live on the camera or in the box, or in the in my camera bag. Here is the lens cap. This lens cap by itself is like 75 bucks because it's revolutionary in that it's got these two, squeeze tabs that once you squeeze it, you can lock it into place and it will not come off unless you unsqueeze it. And let me get this out of the way. I got stickers on. I've got a 4-year-old daughter, so if anybody sees, that's what this is. Let's see what else comes in the box. We've got the actual user's manual, I'm assuming is what this is. And this has the micro four thirds logo there. Olympus tells you what it is. And one thing, as I'm starting to unwrap this lens, that I want to talk to you about, the big difference between this particular lens outside of the extra 5mm and the Panasonic version is that the Panasonic version does have image stabilization, because Panasonic handles their image stabilization with the lenses, and Olympus, like the OMD1, I think is the name of the camera, they handle their image stabilization in body of the camera. So there may be some differences there with color fringing and things like that that this lens is tweaked for Olympus's cameras versus the Panasonic version. We'll just have to wait and see once I actually get a body to test it on. But that's the only difference. Well, that's one of the two major differences, let me say that. The other difference between these two lenses, and the one that really sold me on this particular lens, is that this one has hard stops as you're doing manual focus, and the Panasonic has a fly-by-wire system. And what that ultimately means is it doesn't stop hard when you go from infinity to your maximum focal range. You can just keep spinning and spinning and spinning, and that can be a problem when you're trying to nail focus. I've never had any major issues with that on any lens that I've used, but for some it could be an issue, and I just thought I'd mention it. This lens is absolutely gorgeous, you guys. It looks incredible. One of the things that I like right off the bat is that the focus and zoom ring seem to be of a metal of some sort, some sort of metal design. And right here it says on the actual lens that it's splash proof. It's got Olympus caps on it, and I love this pinch cap, very nice. Let's actually look at it for a second. Glass looks really good. This does extend out, the barrel does extend out, so just to show you guys what that looks like. But it's nice and tight, feels really good. And this particular focus ring here is very interesting because it's a clutch style setup. So you can pop it down and you can get good tight manual focus. And see how it stopped hard? Listen. That's what I mean by hard stops versus fly-by-wire where it just keeps spinning and spinning. Then you can click it back up and it feels very sure. And what's interesting about that particular setup is I had a Tokina 11 to 16mm that was very similar to this particular style with the clutch. See how that snapped in? Listen again. And it's on there unless you squeeze these to take it off. Very nice design. This is, you know, feels like $1,000 lens. Let's take out this back cap just to take a look in here to see. Everything looks good back there as well. Very, very nice metal mount. And there's a function button here. I'm not sure if any of you guys know, let me know if that will work with, say, with the Panasonic GH4. This may just work only with the Olympus cameras. But damn, this is a very awesome little lens. I'm super stoked about having it. It's really nice. It extends out very well. And this will be my go-to constant f2 lens. I don't know exactly what I'll shoot it at, because most of my shoots, most of the videos that I'll be shooting with this are going to be in a controlled environment with 3-point lighting, 2-point lighting, some sort of hard light that will give me enough light that I won't have to have low light issues. And I'm not super worried about not having the image stabilization with this lens, because I carry monopods and tripods pretty much for any important shoot that I would be shooting. Even on vacation, I can take the glide cam, and that will alleviate a lot of the issues that you would experience with shake and jitter from not having the image stabilization. So yeah guys, that was my unboxing. I'm super excited about this lens. It feels awesome, looks absolutely brand new, and for the price that I got it from, you know, you can't beat that. I can sell this lens tomorrow and probably make a couple bucks if I needed to. Very nice purchase. Again, this was the Olympus, and this is the Zuiko Digital ED 12 to 40 millimeter f2.8 Pro lens from Olympus. As I said, for the Micro Four Thirds mount. Let me know if you guys have any experience with this lens. More videos to come, and as soon as I can get a body from my friends over at Panasonic, I will pop this guy on and start making content for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.